Going live. What's up? Make sure I'm live on YouTube too, live on Instagram. What's up? Welcome to 2021, the 6th month, the 5th day. Are you here? I am too. It is for me right now 11:36 at night. Welcome to another weekly Dama news roundup. Today we are on Instagram and YouTube as well. These are always archived over on YouTube. So everyone who's watching on Instagram right now, what's up? Awesome to see you here and awesome to let you. Well, first of all, hey, I don't even say my name. MJ for KENDERTAINMENT. Let's hang out. Ginga Kogen. If you're in Japan, grab this Ginga Kogen beer because it is some of the best stuff. Man, this brings back memories. Okay, so I didn't do so much research, as well as this week wasn't so packed with new news within the kendama scene. Of course, most of the news is usually just new kendamas coming out, releasing. So I just did a quick roundup of what I saw going down over on Instagram because that's where we all are hanging out all the time. So let's just pull it. Let's just see, how do I get back to everything? Also busy, just had a little meeting right before this, so sorry if I sound a little wonky. Okay, so let's start off with deep cuts. Yeah, the beginning of this month, June, is when a lot of companies will go out and show their love, their support for the LGBTQ. It is Pride Month, so you'll see a lot of companies, especially on SNS. It's like becoming such a big thing where everyone for the month, of course, whatever month it is, there's they want to just show support, as well as just include everyone within the community because that's what we're all about, and everyone knows about that within kendama. There's a lot of haters though that are also enjoying life, maybe not enjoying it as much as we are, but who have a different take on things and will voice their opinions because that's what you do on the internet. So I was very surprised when I saw that post go up from Sweets. Sweets is always on top of their game. It's just incredible. But yeah, to see some people talking smack about just like, oh, I'm not gonna buy Sweets kendamas from this company. Huh, that doesn't sound right. Maybe I should take another drink of beer. I'm not gonna buy any damas from Sweets anymore. It's like because of this. I don't know. I did a little spying research. I just checked out that person's account, and it seems like they're not very active. These people are possibly from overseas, possibly Europe, possibly some young teenage kids, just for shits and giggles. Like when you run over to your neighbor's houses or your neighborhood when you're a little kid, like in middle school, with your friends, and you think you're funny because you go around and just like hitting doorbells and just running away or just calling random numbers. This is probably like way before the internet. Was this way before the internet? Is this just me? Anyone who's old, like in their 30s like me, you probably did this when you were growing up because it's all the fun you had besides video games and going out skateboarding and shit. Calling random phone numbers and then just prank calling people, prank calling, however you want to say it. And I'm guessing that's what these little nerds, these little kids are doing on these posts. But it really sucks to see because this is a personal attack that these people are doing. Sexual orientation doesn't matter. We're all human, and we're trying to build up, not tear each other down. I think for the most part, for most of humanity, trying to survive and have a good life, on this planet. Yeah, it's not a new thing as well. So people should know like what to expect, especially with Sweets, because they've been releasing a specific Dama every year, just in celebration of Pride Month. So interesting to see what they're going to release this time. I'm not sure about the past in history if they released the Dama at the beginning of the month when it first came out, But yeah, some people were saying, hey, maybe it's going to be like a sumo, possibly a kaiju. Or actually, no, I think they did it. They did a sumo last year. So their next step is going to be a kaiju. Let me take another sip of beer. What's up, everyone? Hanging out on YouTube. Thank you for joining as well. Just gonna keep on cruising through. Yeah, I see Cafe Kendama hanging out. Adam, what is up? Everyone knows that Adam creates the review. Is the founder of, or maybe it found him banging out episodes every week. Dude is a madman. But hey, he needs a vacation too sometimes. So the dude is taking off. Not today. Usually it's today, but hey, this Sunday. So for tomorrow, for everyone, he's going up. He's not going up. He's going down. He's probably going down to sleep, or he's doing whatever. But hey, the brothers Soul are going to be on taking over the review, and it matches hand in hand, just because they had the Coffee House podcast that they started over on YouTube. I'm not sure if they released a actual like podcast audio version of it, but I know they did the YouTube episodes. They were hitting it off pretty good at the beginning, and then they're both company owners of Soul Kendama, so they really, I'm sure they're busy. They released a lot of good insight, good information about how they run their company, how to do events and stuff, as well as they focus on coffee. So hey, if so, that's why they're the perfect fit to take over the review. Soul Takeover is happening. That's going down. Let's whip around over to David Elion of the Crom Italy team. Is there a Crom Italy team? From Italy, Italian shredder. And if you've all been watching his Instagram, dude has been so creative, creating like, if you remember my old Will it JKA crazy Ken game videos, which I still have a few that I need to edit, dude. I'm so backed up. Oh, they're gonna go out though. They're there. It's like you can't just leave them alone. They're there. Dude has been making such crazy ass kendamas that I want him to send to me or make them for me. I should just hit him up and be like, hey, can you send that me my way somehow? But anyways, he just released he made a 3D printed kendama. There was maybe a few weeks back, he put up on his story some simple kind of like, it looked like it was a 3D printer was printing. And if you know what a 3D printer looks like, you could tell right away, like I did. I was like, oh man, that's a 3D printer. He's going to make a kendama. Of course he is. He can't not make a kendama. So he made one. Of course, it looks super icy, which means very slippery for all you layman's out there. But still, it looks like a very, very solid Dama. He's got good shapes that he can just get like a good 3D rendering of. And it seems like, I don't know if he did it all by himself, if he's such a tech nerd, but it came out looking great. And of course, dude shreds all these creative kendamas that he's making. He just is a madman when it comes to tricks. So to see him play those things is so awesome. So go check it out. We're gonna whip on over to okay, kendama. Oh, what was it called? I don't see the full Kendama World Records on Instagram. Kendama World Records is the handle. They only have like 500 followers right now. The logo is a pretty simple, like kendama, little like rays popping off the tama. But dude, Kendama World Records, go follow them to just see what types of records have been breaking. It's really cool that they're kind of collecting everything together so the community can see what has been done or what is something that you can go and try to attack, try to like one up of these world records. And it seems like it's an easy way to apply to show off a record that you possibly might have broken. You just either DM them the video or tag them in the video. I actually have a few. I was thinking like, man, like all the old like years past crazy Ken games that I've done, I'm like, that could be like a world record. So I think I'm gonna enter. I'm gonna see if it works. Like the one that pops in my head is the shortest string kendama that I did. I did really what did I do? I did like a spacewalk. And it was crazy just how short the string was because I think it came barely came under the side of the string. It was like two finger. So go check that out. Maybe you can enter and you can break some kendama world records. Be a part of it. It's something cool. Now let's jump over to the final end. Just because again, it didn't seem like there was so much. If you guys seen anything that I have not talked about, please let me know in any of these comments up on YouTube or Instagram. But the last, I'm going to end off with some kendamas that have been released. Let's go with the little guys, the smaller companies that need everyone's support. Quill Kendama releasing Tama only options. They have some new, I guess, hand turn from them. It says hand turn natural ash Tamas for 35 and some factory made sticky maple Tamas for 20. And I know a lot of people have all asked for the Tama only options from a lot of different companies. Sweets was doing it for a while. But now you just see the Ken only options, which makes sense because people like to play their kendamas until the Tama is the perfect. Excuse me, take another beer. Is the perfect, just just beaten in, broken in. That's the correct term. And so they got rid of that because everyone wants to keep their broken in Tamas. You got your Kens that you want to get fresh every once in a while. So that's why Sweets has just stuck with the Ken only options. But here, hey, sometimes you just want a new Tama because you have a bunch of extra Kens laying around. Possibly that happens to me. I do actually have a bunch of Kens, bunch of 2014 Kens that no real Tamas match up with anymore. So I don't know what to do with those. But in any case, you can go to Quill Kendamas and pick up some Tama only options. It's pretty sweet. Going over to Terra Kendama, Rod, of course, my buddy in Nerd Arms, is always crafting beautiful kendamas. Not only do they look beautiful, they play beautifully as well. Sadly, I don't own one because they're so pricey, but it makes sense because dude hand makes them, hand turns them. So, and they just got sweeter. Why? Because Terra is adding a sticky cup to some of Rod Dama's Kens. And so that's a pretty sweet option. In the past, he's had them matched up with some Terra painted Tamas. And here it seems like, hey, maybe you can just get the Ken only, or maybe it's a natural Tama that you can get with those sticky cups. Then you can keep the natural look. And I think, especially with Kendamas that have a lot of like spectra plies or just very intricate different types of exotic woods spliced into it, just like Rod always does with his Kens, a natural Tama always just like fits the best. Or you can go old school and get like a solid color Tama. I think that also definitely does it justice. And I think that that's what the old are in the past is his Terra Tamas, the Terra painted Tamas are just single color, solid colors. Something that maybe some of the new gen players aren't so used to, but the old heads, it's like I'm used to that. So it's like, yeah, it looks nice, pristine. But hey, sticky cups on Rod, Damas, Kens, that's pretty sweet. And the last thing I have up on here is the Sweets Kendamas. Again, releasing another Kendama. They have not dropped the ball on they haven't dropped the Tama on releasing a new Kendama every week. I just want to see what their schedule looks like. That's amazing. Like the factory and like when they order it to have everything lined up. Every week we're going to release a new Dama. Oh, I didn't have any here. But of course, Chrome's did theirs too. But we're going to start with Sweets G-Space collab. Maybe not. It doesn't specify. I don't think this is going to be he's going to be a part of the Sweets mob. But getting deeper into the electronic music scene, Sweets Kendamas released this more mass-produced version of the G Space collab. And I say more mass produced because I think like 5 months ago, half a year ago or something, they made a limited batch for G Space suites, and the design is exactly the same. How do I know this? Well, I'm not a fan of electronic music per se, especially this. I like music, but I'm like, what is this? I guess this is dubstep. I think. Um, But in any case, yeah, they had it released a while ago, but it was just for him, probably to maybe Sweets testing the waters, see how it would do. And now they're releasing it completely, and it works very well. If you watch his edit that they released, Sweets released, George Marshall edited, sliced it together, and it's a 3 minute clip. And you could see how this dude is really putting in the time to play kendama. You can also see that he does tricking. He is into skateboarding as well, so it just falls hand in hand to see. From we look at all the other players, and there's always some sort of kind of extreme sport, either be it skating, snowboarding, skiing. That's a sport that's outside of the box for the most part. These people that gravitate towards kendama. So hey, he's just another one. And the really cool thing is that okay, he plays music. He's probably in a lot of venues. It's really dark. So having that that glow in the dark band right around the bevel. I don't think it's right around the bevel, huh? No, it's not. There's white around the bevel, and then up just a little bit at the tip of the 30. It's like 70-30. It's glow in the dark green, and then a black tama. Black tamas are always sweet, very hard to track, but here you'll be able to track a little better. Recently, there's a lot of black kendamas coming out from Sweets. Not recently, but if you look at Norx's recent flower mod, Parker Johnson's shutter mod, a lot of black. So black's coming back, maybe. But of course, they make it not only pleasing for the eyes, but for tracking as well, because that's important. That's what everyone wants. It does help out. You only know when you play like a solid color. If you play a solid black tama, you'll know how difficult it is and how thankful you are for tracking. And then yes, Chrome Kendama. Did I just say Camdama? Any case, they released. No, I talked about it last week. Yeah, they released Unity. That was already done, so that's why I didn't have it here. But I would like to point out that when we were doing the live stream, Tebow, he jumped on and he was like, "Oh, yo," because Tebow is on the Chrome French team now. He mentioned that the Tama is actually split in half. Top is maple, bottom is beech. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like with the design, you can't really tell what the bottom half is. You wouldn't be able to see the split because there's a graphic going around the center. But then I looked after it was released fully and they released all the details on their website. It says a full maple Tama. So Thibaut, what happened? I was excited because I was like, hey, yeah, more companies are trying to, split up the Tamas. I'm not sure how it would actually work though, because for the most part, if you're going to grab a beech wood, put it on a Tama, it's going to be pretty hefty comparing to a maple, which can go both sides of the spectrum, super light or super heavy. You really don't know what you're going to get. So if you were to go a half and half of half maple on top, beech on the bottom, if like the maple was super light and the beech on the bottom was super heavy, it would probably flip weird. Like one of those like punching toys that just have weighted bottoms, so just come up around. So flipping the Tama would probably be awkward. Don't know if the company Hondui, the factory, would be able to deal with problems like that if a company was to do that. But hey, Sweets is doing it, so maybe they can. Any case. It's almost 1 o'clock for me. I get to get going. That is the news this week in kendama. The major things, of course, there were some other smaller things that I saw. Just more kendamas dropping and nothing or like re-releases. GT brought Damon Kirchmeier's mod back I guess it's the last time that will be dropped. So hey, I guess there's the news. Go pick it up if you want to, unless it's sold out already. Not sure, but interesting. I didn't know about that cup, that big cup being rubber painted inside. I just thought it was just a colored paint within there. So interesting, cool stuff. That's what happened in this week, Dama. Everything is always happening, but still no new pros, no new team members, except for maybe this G Space, but I don't think he's on the team within Sweets. I think it's just, another collab. But who knows? Maybe in the future, we will see. Okay, yes. Thank you. There's the Adrian Esteban Luzu string pack collab that's happening as well. So if you like a string that goes from blood red to midnight black, then pick that up. It would go. It would match, perfectly for his kendamas. And hey, I like those. That's a good color scheme right there. You can't go wrong with red and black. That's it for this week's news roundup. If you're joining on Instagram right now, you can watch the full thing, me rabble on for 20 minutes over on YouTube, because that's where they're being all archived. Yeah. Okay, sweet. Thanks for hanging out on YouTube. Thanks for hanging out on Instagram. Gonna be back next week. Wasn't really sure. I was kind of busy like right before this, so I wasn't sure exactly when I was gonna do the live stream, but it always happens for you Saturday mornings. Most of you, if you're in the US. My Saturday nights. That's it. Peace out. Have a good one. Ending the stream. Okay.